Hey guys, another video from the Anti-Nerd here, and today I'm bringing Daken, son of Wolverine, brand new Marvel Legends from the mini comic book wave. This one belongs to the Dark Avengers team, and as I mentioned before, you can check my previous reviews. They all come with this miniature of a comic book that makes a reference to their appearance in the comics. They also show in the package what year is the appearance they're trying to replicate. And you can check my previous reviews. I released already Ultimate Iron Man, Adam Warlock, and now I'm releasing Daken. But the new ones, Miles and Rom, are getting out soon. I'm not reviewing Banshee. You can pause the description. You can pause the video if you want to read the description. So let's take a look at this guy and see if he really is worth the $25, because what I've been noticing is Daken is one of the most wanted of this wave because people love the Dark Avengers. So is it worth it? Let's take a look, because it seems that there's a lot of recycling right here from the previous Wolverine body modes that Hasbro has been getting. And I also want to discuss how Hasbro operates, because it's clear that they have some action figures in the wave that they spend more time and money with the tooling, but other ones are more recycled. So it's interesting to analyze Daken, because it seems that although people love to customize figures, they also want specific parts that they cannot reproduce, such as the Daken civilian head and the tattoo on his left arm. Also, he comes with different claws from his father, Wolverine, right? So there he is outside of the packaging. Very nice artwork here for the #1 Dark Avengers comic book. And as I said, it does look like he has a lot of recycling. The body mold we've been getting for years now of Wolverine. Doesn't come with a lot of accessories, but compared to the other action figures, he comes with extra head, which some of the action figures like Adam Warlock and Ultimate Iron Man, they didn't come with an extra head. So what do you guys think of this recycling of the body mode? I'm not saying it's a bad body mode. I'm just saying it's part of their operation, right? Marvel Legends, it's supposedly to be a cheaper line for collectors. And they release a lot of obscure characters from the comics for the fans. And as I can see, the joints are a little tough, but they are moving pretty well. The claws are a little more hard than I thought. And biggest error I noticed, my biggest gripe with the figure, is the lack of consistency of the paint, of the color of the arm, of both arms. But I don't know if the camera is gonna catch it properly, but it's really different, guys, from this upper part closer to the shoulder with the rest of the arm. Really like this head sculpt. There's a little effect here of a face about to be shaved. But yeah, pretty nice eye expression. I kind of dig this head sculpt. I think it matches the figure overall. And I like the color of the suit. But overall, I can tell that it's more of the same with some little modifications. Butterfly joints, they bend a lot. The double joint in the legs, they move pretty well. It's not a bad body mode. Look, the head moves pretty high up. Not a bad body mode. It's just there isn't much to talk about, since pretty much all the Marvel Legends collector at some point got a Wolverine that uses this body mode. This one is pinless, while most of the body modes with this format were not pinless. But there isn't really much to talk about him. So I want to show his extra head, his civilian head of Daken, with the hair super crazy like that. I think it's really well done. As you can see, there's a little bit of teeth coming out of his mouth. The face expression, the lip expression, and the eyebrows are really well done. In my opinion, they're really getting detail with the head sculpts. I would say that's one of the highlights of this figure. Although that suffers from the same problem regarding the color, because it matches definitely the new color of the arm, but doesn't match the upper part of the arm, which it kind of bothers me. So take a look at the extra hand, only 2 claws, and then one griping hand that he can supposedly hold the comic book, right? But further on, I'm gonna show how the recycling gets a little nasty with this one, because he can't quite hold the comic book. The back of the comic book comes with the Marvel Legends series and the signature by Hasbro, which I think it's cool. I don't have a problem with this accessory. Let's take a look at Daken with the head, with his civilian head. It does look good overall, although I can't forgive Hasbro for being that lazy with the color of the arm, because they're getting a pretty decent job with most painting, but then why drop the ball in such a easy fix, right? But yeah, it does look okay, I guess. The claws are a little more well done than I expected. I thought they were gonna be more fragile like the VHS one, but it's not that bad. But I definitely prefer the Wolverine head with the masked head on this one. So I want to compare with this guy. I want to prove my point. Very much of recycling right here. Look at the proportions. They're pretty much the same figure with a few modifications. The upper part of the boot is a little bit different. I wouldn't expect that. This figure right here, the retro one, it's one of the first retro that came out. I think it did age well. The civilian unmasked Wolverine head sculpt is not as nice, it's a little outdated, but overall, regarding that, I think the Wolverine itself and the mask falling in his neck right there, it looks pretty good still. So yeah, they recycled pretty much everything. I do like more the new color of the Daken regarding a Wolverine brown suit. I think it just blends more well, but this one is more retro, it's more saturated. I have a few of that collection. I have a Black Widow. I have Punisher, and I have Wolverine. But those can go for a decent amount of money, especially Captain America, Grey Hulk, even Spider-Man Pizza. So I want to show a few characters that I have right here. This is Iron Patriot, the leader of Dark Avengers. So looks pretty good with Daken. I think it's a nice addition to your Dark Avengers display, which I know a lot of people are into it. This is Dark Avengers Warbird. I couldn't get the Target exclusive with the black and gold outfit, but I got this one for 25 cash, no taxes, no shipping. Very cool figure. I wasn't gonna open because it's already worth like about $40 in the aftermarket, but since I got Daken and Iron Patriot, I might as well create an incomplete display of the Dark Avengers, right? This Warbird, I want to do a review on her. Looks really good. I don't have Sentry. I want to get Sentry, but I didn't find him for a decent price. Let's take a look at Norman Osborn here with the civilian head. I used the Matt Murdock body mode with the Cabal civilian head of Norman Osborn. Looks pretty good. I think you can make interesting pictures, interesting dialogue, conflict between those characters. Let's take a look at Norman Osborn with the Bruce Banner scientist body mode. I'm using the VHS head that comes with Mary Jane. It's not the best Norman Osborn. The paint of the face is a little different from the body. And one of my favorite customs, since we're talking about alternative versions of characters, that's what I called Captain Shield, with the head of a black Nick Fury from the Ultimate Universe, with the shield of Ultimate Captain America using the Bucky Barnes body mode. So there you go, his dad, Wolverine, with the classic tiger stripes outfit. This is one of my favorite Marvel Legends, as you probably know it. It's the VHS one. Really like the shading, but I'm just showing how similar it is. The boots are a little different. I was expecting to be more of the same, but as you can see, the legs are the same, exactly the same. The torso are the same. The arms, only difference between those figures is a little detail on the belt, but the belt overall looks similar. There's a hole that I don't get it on Daken, and Daken's pinless. So I'm gonna give a grade 6 out of 10 of Daken, right? Because he cannot even hold his comic book. I think they recycled the hand of the VHS one that holds a more thick accessory, which is the portrait of Jean Grey and Cyclops. but there's some lazy things going on here. I'm gonna take 1 point out because of the lazy comic book holding thing. I'm gonna take 2 points because of the arm color difference. And I'm gonna take 1 more point for all the recycling, right? Because I know some people think that this body mode should be using the Astonishing Wolverine, but I guess they're using that for only more special figures. I didn't get Astonishing Wolverine yet, but I wanna, because I wanna compare him. I missed that guy. I saw him for 25 and I didn't get it. I didn't thought it was gonna be so much sold out. But yeah, this is the head I prefer on Daken, the masked head. I just think it looks more interesting to me. I really like this head sculpt. It's one of the best thing about this figure. I don't think it can match the red. I don't think it can match the brown yellow suit from the retro that I just showed, but it's still a great head sculpt. And it's not a bad figure. It's just that there's all these points that I mentioned that it just keeps lowering down my grade of the figure. But you know, if you're into Dark Avengers, why not? If you like the Dark Avengers storyline, I think this is a must. And I don't think they're gonna release these characters that often again of this mini comic book wave, except of course for Miles Morales. But last time we got Daken was a long time ago, guys, a long time ago. So if you're expecting an upgrade, and this one I think overall looks better than the old one, although I will say, despite the ball joints on his legs and arms of the old one, I think the old one is one of the figures that it doesn't look as bad as some of the early Marvel Legends by Hasbro. But this one is definitely an upgrade. It's a bad thing that they completely reused Wolverine, right? So I want to mention here, I'm not getting Banshee, and I'm releasing in the next few days Ultimate Miles Morales and Rom, which I'm gonna tell, they are good figures. Maybe the best of those that we've been reviewing so far. So I hope you've been enjoying this ride of reviewing this line. And it's good that they're still keeping their formula. Marvel Legends is supposed to be a cheaper line. They're supposed to compete not with Mayfax, not with SH Figure Arts. They're supposed to use this recycling logic to be able to profit more and deliver these characters that are for comic book fans, are not for the MCU or the movie fans. They're more for the people who read the comics and they want those characters that are really collectible, that they only go out in the line every 10 years. So Daken, I think it has been more than 10 years since we got one. I think the old one is from around 2012, but I might be wrong. You can comment below. So yeah, Daken, pretty decent release, but not completely decent figure. And Banshee and Adam Warlock and Wolverine, I think they're the most recycling ones. Ultimate Iron Man and Rom are the most original tooling for this line, and Ultimate Miles Morales is one very interesting to discuss because he has both. He is both a new figure and both a recycling figure, but they kind of mix that. So very excited to talk about Ultimate Miles Morales in my next video. Please stay tuned to the Anti-Nerd channel. After this wave, I'm probably going to be reviewing and showing more older Marvel Legends and talking more in depth about the line. I'm very happy about the views. I'm very happy with the feedback that I've been getting from people. And that's it. That's my review from Daken. I hope you liked it. I hope you keep watching Anti-Nerd and engaging with the content. Please let me know in the comments what you think. I'm very open to discussion. And Marvel Legends is my passion. Marvel Legends is one of my favorite things ever, because for me it's the greatest action figure line of all time, and I'm very excited to show this the rest of this wave that we've been reviewing. It's been a great journey. Stay tuned to the channel, and bye bye.